Last time we had a sporty and enjoyable sail to Majorca and explored the quaint little town and port of Swell. This time there is still the majestic cala Sa Colobra to visit before sailing on to Ibiza and Formentera to complete our Balearic time. It's fair to say the weather wasn't as kind as it was on Majorca. This is Intrepid Bear, a 40-foot sailboat off to explore the world with her crew Ian and Kate.
Come aboard and let's see what's out there.
We left Swell on a short hop bound for an overnight anchorage in the majestic cala Sa Colobra. Cala Sa Colobra is an incredibly popular tourist spot, and in the daytime at this time of year you can barely step ashore without stepping on someone. Our aim was to spend the night at anchor and go ashore first thing in the morning. Yesterday when we came to the beach, we came to the anchorage, that beach was absolutely a sea of people. You could barely have got ashore without treading on someone. So that's why we've come ashore this morning. It's 8:20 now, people are starting to arrive already. So we've only just got here in time. But it's absolutely stunning on your own like this. And probably a good time to visit would be early or late season. I mean, it's already September, but even later season. It is spectacular. Yes. So that tunnel is the access to the beach from the road. And when we were on the boat, all we could see is one road down, and it led down to some steps that went to nowhere. But I'll try and show you the angle when I get back on the boat. I could just see people appearing from a crack in the rock. But from up here, obviously, it's a lot clearer. There's the crack in the rock is there. That's the path that we could see from the boat. There's the boat over there.
That leads round, and then you might see it on the way out on the dinghy. There's remnants of what I suppose used to be a causeway, and I don't know if they took it down because having it through the rock means it can be all weather access. Whereas I suppose here northerly it's going to be quite messy on that beach. People can pass.
And then there's another tunnel here, leads through the rocks up to where, like, I suppose the coaches, the cars, and where you land, because the trippy boats all land around the corner, and then people pour through these tunnels down to flood that beach with 6,000 million gazillion people.
it sounds very selfish, and it is very selfish, but it would be so lovely to have this place to ourselves. We're only staying one night because it will get busy with other trippy boats and other cruisers, and the beach will get busy. That distracts from how stunning it is, but that's life. You can't have it to yourself. But I was thinking it'd be lovely here, perhaps in the winter, you know, when you have such a beautiful place to yourself to explore and go hiking on the board. Yeah, selfish, I want everyone else to leave because it's a beautiful place. I want it to myself.
So it won't show on the camera in any way at all, but there is actually still quite a big swell out here, and it's rolling the boat around if we go too slow, and there's only a little bit of wind, maybe 5 knots dead behind us, and that's not going to be enough to stop the rolling. We're going to motor down to a point just beyond Sola where there's a headland that sticks out, should give protection from the swell. Actually, there's some quite big swells to give us a bit of a roll if we were trying to sail. It's alright if you're motoring at 6 knots, and it'd be alright if there's some wind, but there isn't, so we're just motoring again. I think it was another YouTube channel called the Mediterranean, the Motorterranean. Can definitely see that analogy. So moving on from Sa Colobra, we've come here, the name of which escapes me. I'll have to put it up on the screen. But it's a nice protected island behind that headland that looks a bit like an elephant. I think they call it Elephant Rock. Really nice spot. The water is crystal clear. It's almost like you can see, we're in about 12 meters of water, I think, and you can see the anchor at times. So it's really nice. Yeah, tomorrow we get going early hours of the morning, and we're going to head down to Ibiza. Well, actually, we might head down to Formenta because we've got friends to meet at Formentera. It would be fair to say that we had high hopes for a nice sail to Ibiza. It would also be fair to say that it didn't turn out that way. I'm just trying to force it.
So I don't know what I look like, and right now I probably don't care because it's too rough to go and look in the mirror or go downstairs or have anything. But today did not work out as planned, but then sailing really does. So I say we are at the end of a very long day in big seas, 2 meter seas, I reckon, with 10 knots of true wind, which is not enough. And we have ended up motor sailing the whole way, and so that's made it stressful enough and tiring enough, and we haven't filmed because we've just been absolutely hating it.
A sailing boat's stability benefits hugely from having wind pressing in the sails, and the worst times are those with big seas but not enough wind to help steady the boat. As such, this was one of our worst passages for a while, which, when added to the end of season fatigue that was creeping in, means the less said about it the better. We dropped anchor near friends off the island of Formentera.
So good morning. We're already underway. I'll just explain. So we've come to Formentera to meet friends that we first met a couple of years ago in the Isles of Scilly, and we met them in the Anchorage last night, and we're heading to another Anchorage today because the weather's not so great where we were, so heading up towards Ibiza. And we decided to have a little impromptu sailing race. They're bigger than us, so they might beat us, but you know, they were a late start, so we left at 11:30, they left later. So we have a head start, but they might well catch us up because they're what, 50 foot?
52, I think.
52, I think, and we're 40.
As I've explained before, more waterline length generally gives you more speed, so we were expecting the much bigger, more modern boat to catch us up. But Intrepid Bear was having none of that, and we actually had to depower the sails in order to let them catch up so we could film each other.
The race is on. We did slow down so they could catch up, so the race has kind of started at about, I don't know, about 5 minutes ago, and we're doing 6.6 and they're doing 6.5. I don't even know how long the race is, to be fair, but I mean, first one, the Anchorage buys a beer, opens a beer. We might change the rules as we get nearer.
So kind of balanced now. We pull ahead, then we get in their wind shadow, which slows us down, and they pull ahead a little bit, and then we get our wind back and we pull ahead. So we're kind of just going backwards and forwards, balancing. But it's quite cool. It's quite cool to be matching along, and quite proud of Intrepid Bear for keeping up with a 52 footer.
Engine on. Cheaters.
As we reached the corner of Ibiza, the wind became very light and fluky. Racing was abandoned in favour of the engine and getting there in time for beers. Whilst our gallant opposition may not agree, Intrepid Bear certainly had the legs on the 52 footer in this race, especially in the stronger winds. Significantly though, Delphini was towing a dinghy and had a dirty bottom, the combination of which meant our smaller boat was faster on the day. Sorry guys.
So in Cala de Hort, only a 13-mile trip today with our friends Delphini. I think there'll be arguments for a long time to come over who won the race, but we definitely won. We definitely won, but we'll argue it out over beers later, I'm sure. Anyway, we're here for the night at least, and it looks very nice. So I had a late night with friends last night. Great night, great friends. Probably why I look a bit tired. Anyway, we are now going into a marina. We ate the last pieces of food we had last night, so we need to go and stock up. And it's raining. So we left the Anchorage and it's absolutely tempered it down. The season's changing. It's early September and there's rain and thunder. I think the next few days are going to be rainy, so things are changing.
So we're in this harbour called St Anthony de Portmany, St Anthony de Portmany, on Ibiza. We came in. Why did we come in? Was there some weather due? Oh, we needed to shop and stuff. We needed to shop and restock. We were the rubbish bins were full and the cupboards were absolutely empty. And also the marina here is 43 euros a night or something like that. It's a thing called Ports IB, which is like almost the local harbour authority marinas. Are a lot cheaper than the private marinas. Yeah, nothing special about the place, if I'm honest. It's a bit of a party town. Lots of shirtless drunken youths club culture.
The girls have got their shirts on.
Well, barely. And the girls don't wear much either. But out here, obviously, it's quite nice. But yeah, it's not somewhere we would choose to spend a lot of time, but it is well sheltered. We spent some time in the marina, and after a while, despite the club culture, we actually found St Anthony growing on us as a place. Just outside of town was a beautiful coastline, and the harbour provided total shelter from the swell that seemed to come from all angles. If anybody needs to know why we're still in the marina, that's why. I'm not ashamed. Might be being pathetic. I don't care. That's why we're in a marina. Whilst we were suffering from end of season fatigue and quite comfortable in the marina, we decided we really ought to get out and see some more of the stunning Ibiza coastline. So, with forecast southerly winds, we headed for a protected anchorage on the north side of the island to enjoy some of that beauty. It was quite nice. Until 3 AM. Just as when we are sailing, the camera never really shows the motion or size of the waves. But when the waves are hitting the back of the boat and Kate is getting splashed through the hatch in bed, you know they're quite big. Suffice it to say that as soon as dawn broke, we, as they say, got the hell out of Dodge. A pair of tired, unhappy bunnies.
The long and short is, I've probably had the worst nights of my life. It feels like right now. I haven't slept a wink. It's like being in open sea but trying to sleep with no engine pushing you forward, no progress being made, just bobbing around in the middle of massive seas and waves. It's just been absolutely horrific. So, are we done? Well, I'm done for this season. Anchoring, and it's just so difficult anchoring anywhere really, let alone an island which is basically a piece of rock in the middle of an ocean. So, there's massive thunderstorms last night, and I think a lot of the swell's been pushed in from that. Think you're going to get it right with the wind and swell, and when it's wrong, it's absolutely horrific. And 6 months into the season, much as I want to explore Ibiza, not like this, I know. So that's San Antonio, and apart from maybe popping into Cartagena, we're heading to our winter berth to reflect on the season and rest. Yeah, I am done.
This is the Sunset Strip, and Cafe Mambo is quite famous apparently. And sunset on Ibiza in San Antonio, it's quite a big deal, and you see all the people here waiting for the sunset. We're hoping to sail on tomorrow. We're going to go down to Formentera and then get ourselves across to the mainland. But yeah, quite busy out here. Perfect there. Formentera is the smaller island just south of Ibiza, and on the northern tip of Formentera is actually a tiny sand dune island called Espalmador. and this was the last place we were really keen to see in the Balearic Islands. The crystal clear waters and soft sands did not disappoint. Espalmador ended our time in the Balearic Islands. It was time to push on towards our winter home in southern Spain. Join us next time as we voyage to Cartagena and onwards towards our winter berth. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoy what we do, please consider hitting the share button to share our channel with anyone else you think might enjoy it. Don't forget to like and comment, as it all helps keep a few pennies rolling in to maintain our cameras. See you next time.